Let's go through Liquid 43 multiply string. They give us a string number one and number two. Those number one and number two, they are some uh some number, right? So the length is very big. So we cannot convert this num into some integer and then return the multiply result, which also a string. So cannot use the built-in big int, so we should calculate use this string or numbers, right? Separate for each digit numbers. So um, how can we do these questions? So let's look at 1, 2, 3, right? So 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. What I was thinking about is that for this I, right? Every character, 1, 2, 3, and this is J, right? We should iterate once. So this this let's see, this is index zero, right? So 3 multiplied by 6, this is 18, right? So we are going to have an 18 here. For and 2 multiplied by 6, that is um 12. So where we put 12? Well, see, this I is index 1, right? This is 0. So we should put into this kind of result, I plus G, right? Should put here. That is 12. And 3 multiplied by 5, this 15. This is also 12, right? So this is just like the what we do manipulations. And 3 multiplied by 4, that is 12, right? 12 should, this is 1, should place in the index 0 plus 2, right? Should be 12 here. And this one, right? That is 1, 1, should be also be placed here, 10, right? And the 6, right, also be placed here. So the thing is that for all of this I plus j equals, we put into the one the same index of our result. So our result should be a index array of m plus n plus 1, right? And then for every index, we just get the the last digit number mod 10, right? And for this one divided by 10, the number we should add to the next, for example, index 0, we're going to add it to index 1, right? That is the add-ons, right? And the carrier also, so that means for every the result index I, if those divided by 10 will be carried to I plus 1, right? So in the end, we just for this kind of interarray, we convert to each digit just the last reminders, right? And then for this one, we convert to strings. But the thing is that we need to compose from the left to right the highest index, right? And the highest index, we should skip the leading zeros. And then if it is not 0, then we are going to append to our result. So let's write code for this. So we're going to have char array 1 equals nums 1 to char array, and array 2 equals num2 to char array. And we're going to have int m equals array 1 dot length, and n equals array 2 dot length. And we're going to have int array equals new int m plus n, right? This will be enough. So what we do is for int I equals to 0, I smaller than m, I plus plus. And for int g equals to 0, g smaller than n, g plus plus. So we're going to have array I plus j. We should add it to equal to um, array 1 I minus 0 multiplied by array 2 j multiplied by minus 0, right? Um, Actually, the problem, this is not I minus 0, right? We should from the right. So this should be m minus 1 minus I. And this will be n minus 1 minus j, right? So, so now for every uh, index, right? Those numbers it has we need to only keep those kind of last digits and put those greater than 10 to the carrier to the to the the next higher digits, right? So what we do is that we're going to for int I equals 0, I smaller than m plus n minus 1, I plus plus, right? Because we are from lower to higher, so we are going to array I plus 1 to the plus equal to array I divided by 10, right? And we are going to have array I, just keep the last digit more than equal to 10. Then we need to compose this to a string. We're going to have a string builder. Builder equals new string builder. We need to skip the first leading zeros for int I equals m plus n minus 1. I greater equal to 0, I minus minus, right? So then what we do is that if array I equals 0 and the string build is still length to be 0, right? That means this is leading 0. Then we should continue. And uh, then otherwise we just string build append array I, right? But in this, doing like this, we didn't, there is one corner case that is 0 multiplied by 0, right? The final or 0 multiplied by some number. In this case, all of the numbers are zeros, right? So in that case, string build didn't append anything. So what we need to do is return string build dot length. If this one equals 0, then it is 0. Otherwise, just return string builder to string. So the time complexity, right? Time complexity will be there is for I and j loop or m multiplied by n, and the space we use an array m plus n, so be m plus n space. Python code will be very similar. Let's also write a Python code. So we're going to have m n equals length num1, length num2, right? And then we're going to have array equals this one multiplied by m plus n. Then we do for I in range m, for j in range n. We're going to have array I plus j equals, should not equal, should plus equal to odd nums num1 m minus 1 minus I minus odd a, right? Then multiply by odd nums num2 n minus 1 minus j. And this one should do minus rd a, right? Then we should do the carrier calculations for I in range m plus n minus 1, right? And so we'll have array I plus 1 should plus equal to array I divided by 10, right? And array I should not equal to 10, right? Make sure this line 9 should be before line 10, right? This order matters. And then what we do is that I equals m plus n minus 1, while I greater equal to 0, and array I equals 0, then I minus equal to 1, right? So the thing is that if I smaller than 0, we return R. That means we didn't all of the number is 0, right? Otherwise, we just return this one dot join string array k in reverse order as for k in range I minus 1 minus 1. No more m minus 1 minus I. This is not 0, should be minus 0, right? Not minus a.